Welcome back to our death series. This is episode number 17, and today we are going to be talking about our beautiful friend Aaliyah. Okay, so we're going to talk about her tragic plane crash and what the cause of her passing was. We know obviously that, she died in a plane crash, but the autopsy is obviously what delivers the complete report about how the person passed. Okay, so this young lady, she was a pop icon. This was a singer from back in the 90s, and yes, she made R&B music, very popular, very beautiful young lady, and she passed at the age of 22 in August of 2001. Okay, and this is the beautiful lady that we are talking about, which was Damon Dash's potential wife. At that, she was going to be his wife. She was literally dating him for the longest. That's what I remember before all that. And they were so cute together. At the end of this video, I'll try to remember to show you how happy she looked with Damon, because that was something I hadn't seen from him with the other women that he had ended up being with. I never seen him as happy as he was with her. That's because that was true love, natural love. It wasn't somebody with you for your money or because you're rich, just superficial things. You're a famous producer, so I want to date you. It wasn't that type of situation. He was with someone who was at the same level as him. She was also the same race as him. They were both attractive people together. They were a beautiful couple. Okay, but that is another story. Okay, so Aaliyah, let's see. She had begun her career at 11 years old, and she had performed with her aunt Gladys Knight for 5 nights in Vegas. And Aaliyah was only 14 when she released her first album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, in 1994. And I think that was when we knew she was rumored to be dating R. Kelly. Okay, and now we know why he's in prison. But okay, so she received American Music Award, Billboard Music Award nominations, and at the Soul Train she was nominated for Best Artist and skyrocketed her into popularity. Okay, so Aaliyah's second album, One in a Million, went double platinum after its release in 1996, and her third and final album, Aaliyah, dropped in 2001 and peaked at number 2 on the Billboard's top 10 list. Sadly, 2 months after her debut of her self-titled album, Aaliyah's life was tragically cut short when she died in a plane crash in the Bahamas after filming her music video Rock the Boat in 2025. In August 25th of 2001. Those dates just tripped me up. Okay, so look, I want to say my own thing about this situation. It's interesting how she titles her last album her name. I feel like too, when you title it certain things, that can be the end of your career too. Because if we talk about past artists like Michael Jackson, his last album, how can we forget the name? This Is It. Let's see, Big Papa, the Notorious B.I.G. Let me see, what was the name of his album? His album, it was called Ready to Die. That was the name of his album. See, I found it. See, look, these people, it's the title, people. You're speaking your reality and what you forecome seeing to happen. It's bad to do that, people. Very bad. Very, very bad. Certain things are bad to do. But I think when you title your album your name, you're also saying that you've made it, that now you can title the album after you, because you feel this album is going to be true to who you are. You're writing, you're producing the whole thing. Maybe that's what she had planned, but when you title it your name too, it can also be said as this is your last album too. And if we think of one more person who titled their album that lets you know what their future is going to be is Tupac Shakur, when he titled it I wonder if, wait, or was it I Wonder If Heaven's Got a Ghetto? He had his album, we'll have to see if we get his title coming up, but he had a song called that, I Wonder If Heaven's Got a Ghetto. He's already letting you know where he sees his life going, and he doesn't see it being much longer. But also, she created a song called Rock the Boat. That was her last song that it looks like she released before she actually passed. Rock the Boat. Just listen to that. You don't want, in real life, you don't want to make and think about things like that happening. You're already setting your future. Like, I'm just trying to say that you should not say things like that if you don't want anything bad similar to that to happen. I hope you guys are getting where I'm going with this. Okay, so following Aaliyah's death, her musical and personal legacy lived on. She received 3 Grammy Award nominations for herself, the album Aaliyah, and earned her acting in the vampire movie Queen of the Damned. Also, I have something to say about that too. We'll get to that in 1 second. So in honor of the late singer's birthday in January of 2025, Barbie released a doll in Aaliyah's likeness, dressed in all black outfit similar to the one she wore in her music video One in a Million. The Detroit News reported that the doll sold within 30 minutes of its midnight release. More than 20 years after the singer's death, here's a look at what happened the day Aaliyah died and the legacy she left behind. Okay, so how did Aaliyah die? Aaliyah died in a plane crash in the Bahamas when a small twin-engine Cessna 402B crashed shortly after takeoff. The chartered plane was carrying Aaliyah and 8 others, including the singer's hairdresser, bodyguard, a record executive, and the plane's pilot. That's what New York Times reported. The plane's wings shattered on impact, and the engine and landing gear were torn off, the outlet reported. Aaliyah and 5 of the other passengers instantly died. 3 others died of injuries that same day. Aaliyah's official cause of death included severe burns and a blow to the head. The pathologist who performed autopsies on the victims testified in court during the coroner's inquest into the crash in 2003, according to CBS News. Okay, so the pathologist also testified in an autopsy of the pilot, Luis Antonio Morales, revealed that he had drugs in his urine and traces of alcohol in his stomach. The pilot was also not certified to fly the Cessna 402B and had been hired by the charter company a few days before the crash. That's what the New York Times said. Morales had been sentenced to probation for cocaine possession 2 weeks prior. So, yeah, that's not a person who should be flying you. Someone who's already in court for being in trouble. He was using that drug that starts with a C. So in addition, the newspaper reported that the days leading up to the flight were filled with confusion and mistakes, including overweight cargo for Aaliyah's music video being delivered to the wrong Bohemian island, and multiple changes of which charter company would bring Aaliyah and her crew back to the United States. That just sounds like a lot of drama. Just listening to the whole thing, like, it sounds like a lot of fuss is going on. After investigation, the causes of the crash, officials believe the small twin-engine plane was 700 pounds, overloaded when it took off from the airport on the Bohemian island of Abaco. Everybody who knows about flying knows that weight and balance is important and that you can't be doing that, putting too much stuff on the plane. It's quite obvious that small planes are different and need even more, like making sure you do everything right than the larger commercial airlines. And I don't know why yeah, they were not doing and following the policies. But it was something I wanted to talk about the movie she did called Queen of the Damned. Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. What I want to say about that is, and then here's a picture of Aaliyah, of course, is you don't play in any movies that are considered evil or demonic. I do want to say that another picture of Aaliyah. Never, ever, ever. That was something my grandmother shared with me, is that you don't play in things like that. You don't play around with demons and that type of stuff. No one's saying you're evil because you play in a movie and you know, like, want to play a character that does this and that. But yeah, you really do take on the character of somebody who, when you play that, you do take on that personally too. And if you look at I think maybe it was my first or second episode, it may have been my second episode on the Death series. Feel free to go back in time to look at previous episodes. It was a filming episode about people who passed away on the set of filming. They didn't even get to complete filming. So you can understand how serious it is when you play in movies that's bad and evil, or, you know, that represents death. Then yeah, death seems to find you. Yeah, like, we also had someone playing a movie that didn't have to do with death. The Fast and Furious with Paul Walker passing, the way, imitating what the movie is about. He died in a car crash, and the movie's about fast driving, and yeah, and that ended up being the way he passed. So it's nothing to play with, people, when you play in this type of stuff. And then don't be surprised when something crazy happens. And then also in those movies, I think it was the second episode of the Death series, second or third, about the people passing away after working on, like, those type of scary movies. I think the director and producer were using real skeletons, real skulls of people who passed, and that also caused creepy things to occur on set. No one knew, I guess, until it was kind of too late. But that definitely had something to do with things happening to people on set. So, back to Aaliyah. When did Aaliyah die? Okay, so Aaliyah died on Saturday, August 25th of 2001 at 6:45 p.m. After wrapping filming for Aaliyah's Rock the Boat music video in the Bahamas, the singer and her crew planned to return to the U.S. the same day. The New York Times reported that the charter plane company was changed at the last minute, downsizing the aircraft's weight limit. Despite the 10-seat Cessna, piloted by Morales, arriving nearly 2 hours late, the weight of the passengers and the baggage weren't checked prior to boarding. As required by federal regulations, according to the publication, experts later believed that the weight of the passengers and cargo wasn't evenly distributed. During the 2003 coroner's inquest into the cause of the crash, the two taxi drivers who dropped Aaliyah and her crew off at the airport and a custom official testified that they were concerned about the amount of equipment they had with them. That's what CBS News reported. So when the plane took off at around 6:45 p.m., an eyewitness saw the plane bank left and fall to the ground at the frightening speed. He told New York Times the crash took less than a minute, he said. Aaliyah died on impact along with 5 other passengers, and the remaining three later passed of their injuries. Where did Aaliyah die? Okay, so Aaliyah died on the Bahama island of Abaco at the airport in Marsh Harbor. The Cessna 402B crashed a few yards from the airport's runway. Okay, so at least it was at the runway where it's easy to get to them really fast. Aaliyah and the plane's other passengers were headed for Miami after spending 2 days on the island filming a music video for her song Rock the Boat. The work was released and garnered attention as Aaliyah's last creative project. The clip features scenes of Aaliyah dancing on a beach in Treasure Cay, a peninsula on the island, according to W Magazine, as well as with her backup dancers on the deck of a yacht. How old was Aaliyah when she died? Aaliyah again was 22 at the time of her passing. What lawsuits were filed after Aaliyah's death? And this is her with her brother. After Aaliyah died, her parents, Diane and Michael Halton, filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Instinct Productions, the video production company that created the Rock the Boat music video and coordinated transportation to and from the Bahamas, and other defendants per New York Times. In the fall of 2003, 2 years after the singer's death, the family reached an undisclosed settlement with the defendants. The Houghton family also reached a settlement with Black Hawk, the company operating the Cessna 402B and flight broker Atlantic Flight Group, for negligence in the crash, Billboard reported in 2003. The families of Eric Foreman and Anthony Dodd, two of Aaliyah's crew who were killed in the crash, also filed wrongful death lawsuit against Instinct, Black Hawk, Virgin Records, and Blackground, according to Billboard. How did the public react to Aaliyah's death? In days after Aaliyah's death, fans held memorials for the singer across the country, and fellow musicians honored her with heartfelt statements. Okay, and then this is a record store morale of the late singer and what has become a shrine dedicated to her. They made something outside for her. It's really hard to see even. Okay, so 2 days after her passing, August 27th, 2021, hundreds of people gathered near Aaliyah's former high school in Detroit to remember the singer with a candlelight vigil. They admired her work and her position as a role model to young girls, according to Billboard. Rapper DMX, who starred alongside Aaliyah in the movie Romeo Must Die, I really liked that movie, and I liked it because of her, released a statement after her death. Talented, classy, warm, beautiful, compassionate, and humble. Best describes my memories of Aaliyah, a down-to-earth sister with enough energy to put anyone on a cloud. That's what it read. Okay, so music producer Timberland, who collaborated with Aaliyah on songs like Are You That Somebody, spoke about the singer on MTV's Total Request. Me and her together had this chemistry. I kind of lost half of my creativity to her, he said. Beyond the music, she was a brilliant person, the most special person I ever met. Isn't that beautiful? A year after Aaliyah's death, LeBron James revealed that the singer influenced his career. The NBA star James told Sports Illustrated that Aaliyah's unexpected death inspired him to keep playing through a career-threatening injury in college. You're not promised tomorrow, he explained. I had to be out on the field with my team. What kind of legacy did Aaliyah leave behind? And here's a picture of her at an award show. Okay. Today, Aaliyah's music continues to generate buzz. After years of disagreements between Aaliyah's estate and her former record label, run by her uncle, regarding putting her music on streaming platforms, Aaliyah's second album, 1 in a Million, was released on Spotify just before the 20th anniversary of the singer's death in 2021. with the remaining projects released soon after. And also, for those of you who are new to my channel, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when I post. Also, don't forget to check out my main series, my prison series, as well as previous episodes of the Death series and the Friday the 13th series. Okay, so artists and fans regularly pay tribute to Aaliyah and her music over 20 years after her death. On the 18th anniversary of Aaliyah's death in 2019, Victoria Monet remembered the late singer on X, formerly known as Twitter. I will forever hold her and her music with me as an influence in all my goals, my voice, my movement, my energy and soul. I love you, Aaliyah, she wrote. On what would have been Aaliyah's 40th birthday in 2019, her brother Rashad shared an original poem he penned in her honor. 2 years later, Missy Elliott also expressed her support of the Try Again vocalist on her 41st birthday. You are still inspiring people, she wrote. Your edginess and smooth dancing so effortlessly, your uniqueness and style, unmatched musically. Your songs will forever be next level. Rip Baby Girl, forever loved. And I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about Aaliyah. And no, tomorrow is not promised, people. That's what everybody has to remember. So if you're not right with your loved ones, reach out to them, let them know you care about them, go see them, spend time with people you care about, friends, and do things that you've always wanted to do, because 10 years from now, you never know. You might not be here. You could be here, God willing. But if, you don't want to have regrets in life. The Death series is a perfect example of how you should be living your life to be for you in the ways that you want. If you don't feel you should be getting on whatever airplane, don't get on the airplane, people. If you don't feel like doing something, then don't do it. That's what the Death series is about. It's about you keeping yourself safe and being aware that anything can happen at all times, and that you should cherish your life. And, while you're here, obviously, try to live a safe life, so you guys aren't ending up in bad circumstances. And that's why I want you to check out the rest of the episodes of the Death series, because it's a touchy subject. It talks about some people who are rich and wealthy, although on the inside they are not as happy as you would believe. They're having thoughts of harming themselves, and if that is what is going on with you, you need to go talk to somebody. Get with a counselor, and don't hide how you're feeling on the inside, And some people should be in church. That's a great place to cry. It's a great place to feel relief, and don't stay in the house, all day. Go out, get fresh air. Go on a nice walk with your dogs. Cherish just the little things. Eating a candy bar, eating your favorite food. That's the stuff you should be doing, people. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next episode. Bye.